Suppose, you want to start a business. How about a physio practice? Let's do that. Come in. Take a seat. There you go. There's my physio practice. Okay. Come in. Take a seat. Go that way. That way. You want to start a physio practice? Okay. But physio practices or any businesses really, they're not cheap to start up. Okay. So you pull together all your savings, everything you've got from all of those little side jobs, coaching sports, reffing, that kind of thing. Pull it all together, okay? And you start a business, okay? You go to the bank and you say, I'd like to borrow some money. What do you think they'll say to you? No. They will say no. Why will they say no?
Because you have no past.
You got, where's your record of like, I've been earning money, I've got regular income here, I have pay slips, that kind of thing. You got nothing. You've just opened your doors, right? So they say, forget it. I'm not giving you any money, okay? So you're like, well, fine, okay, I'll just start a little business. So with the little money that you have, you rent a building, maybe you hire some staff, that kind of thing, okay? And things start to go well, okay? You start getting a few customers coming in and your business is growing and everything's great except it's all a bit slow. Like if you don't have much capital to begin with, like actually, who reckons they have the most savings here of anyone? Who reckons they got a fair bit? Everyone's like, no, I have no savings. Are we in that, like a few $100s, something like that? Anyone got a couple thousand, something like that? Yeah, okay, all right. So that's a reasonable sum of money, but for a business, if you're renting like a building and you're hiring staff, that goes pretty quickly, okay? So you think, okay, I can expand if only I had more capital. What would you do? If you had access to more money and you were running this business, what would you do with the money?
Use it to promote the business.
Okay, so you could do some advertising. What else could you do? Come on, you've got all this money that now you have access to. All you can think of is just a bit of advertising. Say it again?
Better equipment.
Great, okay, so you can get rid of that dingy 20-year-old thing that you're putting into people's backs and get some upgrade. Maybe you could get a better building. Maybe you could open up like a second location, something like that, okay? But you go back to the bank and they still say no. Why would they do that? Think about it. Like you've been running for a little while, maybe 6 months or something like that, and they still say no. Why? What do you think your income's like at the beginning? If we did like, we've been doing graphs, right? If we did income against time, what would you guess that it might look like?
Negative.
Some parts might be negative because it's like, well, we had to hire people and we had to rent the place, but we weren't making enough money. Okay, so we were going into debt. Maybe sometimes you had a really good month. That was cool, but then the next month it just came down. You didn't have like a nice solid, what's the word I'm looking for? Client base. Okay, so it's all over the shop. So the bank says, forget it. Okay. But then I come along and I believe in you. I think you've got a great business idea. I think you've got a great business model. You don't have capital, but I do, right? So here's what I do. I say, okay, look, here's me. Hold on, glasses. Hold on, I don't look, mate. There you go, now it looks like me. Okay, there you go. So I come along and I've got my bag of cash. And I say, look, I've been working for a bit longer than you have, so I have access to all of this money, okay? So I'm going to let you use it for a little while, but, as you know, nothing comes for free. So what do you think might be a reasonable trade-off? I'm giving you this big sum of money. What do you think might be a reasonable thing that you might give me in return? Yeah.
Percentage of your business.
Yeah, okay, so if you go and take my money and you open up a new store, new shop front, hire more staff, I don't know, advertise, get billboards, that kind of thing. I expect, with my big sum of money, right, that you're going to be able to make more money with my money. Does that make sense? That's the point of me giving it to you, right? But I want a cut. I want some percentage of your profits, okay? So this is a good idea. It's a good idea for me because I'm going to get some income. It's a good idea for you because you can grow your business. It's such a good idea. You think, hey, you know what? We can do this with more than just one person, right? We can do this with a whole bunch of people. We can get as many people as we like. Anyone who believes in our idea, right? And thinks that we've got a good business model, thinks that we're going to be profitable. and we can give them all a little bit of our company, and they'll get a bit of our profits, I suppose, in return. Does that make sense? So what's happening? You've got your business, right? And what you're doing is you're sort of cutting it into pieces. It's a little bit like, I've got this piece, whatever amount of profit, like if I bought 25% of your company, then I'd expect 25% of your profits or something like that, okay? Now we give these parts, these slices, we give them names, right? We call them shares, okay? I have a share in your company. That's the idea.